G'day everyone, and welcome to today's video. Z21 here. You can call me Z. Today we're going to look at the new Gemini 2.5 Flash Image model, also known as Nano Banana. We're going to have a look and see if it lives up to the hype on the internet at the moment. Let's check it out. So here we are at the Google AI Studio. You can access the new Gemini 2.0 Flash Image model or Nano Banana on the Gemini app on the Gemini platform available through Google. However, you may have limited access depending on your subscription. But here at Google's AI Studio, you can access at aistudio.google.com. You have free reign over this particular model and all of their other preview models. So today we're going to go through a few examples of how you can utilize this new image generation model. And let's have some fun. If you are new to this channel, I want to create content to help you practice your English listening skills. I want to create a variety of content related to technology, gaming, consumer electronics, and a variety of other topics. If that interests you, please share a like and you're welcome to subscribe to receive the latest videos. For our first example, I thought I would check out what kind of simple edits we can do to an image. So here I said, create an image of a lounge room with natural lighting, a coffee table in the center, a coffee mug filled with hot coffee, and a coffee table book beside it. And here is the image that it generated. It's quite nice, actually. You can see there is the coffee table. It has a book on the coffee table. It says Architecture of the World. It has a full coffee cup, a hot coffee on the coffee table. And it's a nice aesthetic looking lounge room. And then what I want to see is, can it create edits and follow the instructions in the prompt? So I said here, swap the positions of items on the coffee table. So I didn't say which items, I just said the items. So swap the positions means reverse or put them on the other side of each other. And this is the image that it generated. So you can see here that it didn't move the book. The book is in the same position, but it swapped the coffee to the other side. You can see it left the hot steam coming from the coffee and added new steam here. I actually missed this when I did the prompt. Also looking at the image, there are two plants here, which maybe is a little bit unusual. But if I look at the images, uh, side by side, you can see that it kept the whole image the same. So the sofa, the little blanket here is in the same location. So then I thought, what about an edit? We just remove the coffee table book. So we have a coffee cup and the book. I said, remove the coffee table book, and here is what it produced. So we go down and look at the full image. The book is gone. And interestingly, you can see the reflection of the coffee cup in the table, which is really nice. The reflections of the windows are also there. And then what I thought was another edit to do would be changing what we see on the screen. So I said, change the coffee cup to a small piece of art. And then what did we get? We have a small piece of artwork. The artwork is there. Very interesting. No sign of the coffee cup. The reflection is the art piece. But what we can see is the smoke, the steam of the coffee still there. So we want to remove that. So I said, remove the steam from the coffee cup locations where the coffee was, where the coffee cup was. And it did it perfectly. You can see the steam is completely gone from both sides, and just the art piece is there. And the room is exactly the same. You can see the sofas are there, the blanket is there, the two plants are there. Everything is the same. And then I said, I tried, I wanted to remove the plants because side by side seems a little bit unusual. So I said, remove the plant nearest to the sofas. I'm using natural language here, so just as we would speak. So the nearest to the sofas, it seems like this plant, right? That is the plant that's nearest to the sofas. But when I did it, it removed the art piece. So it didn't understand, the model didn't understand I was talking about this plant, and removed the art piece. So I said, then put the artwork back on the table and remove the plant directly behind the sofas. I thought I would be a little bit more explicit, exact in my description. Directly behind, actually it means, I would think, behind the sofa on these sides, the back, directly behind. But I wondered if the model would think this is directly behind. So I said, put the artwork back on the coffee table and remove the plant directly behind the sofas. And this is what we got. It changed the art piece altogether. So the art piece I meant was the previous art piece, but it put a new piece of art, a plate. But very nice, you can see the reflection here. Well, the shadow, I guess. but it kept the plant in the same place. Okay, well, it didn't follow my instructions exactly, but it kept the room the same. In the same chat, I wanted to just continue with a different prompt. So I said, create an image of an overcast, so a cloudy and gloomy day at the beach. So it generated again a square image of a gloomy day at the beach. It definitely looks gloomy, a very dark scene. It can feel a little bit cold if we were there. So it followed the prompt and generated the image as I expected. But I wondered, can we change the image to something different, but keep the context the same? So change the weather to sunshine and blue skies. So moving from overcast and gloomy to a sunny day with blue skies. And this is what it generated. So it generated a beautiful looking day there, and sunny, and almost the same image. Yeah, I wonder if the waves are the same. The sand looks exactly the same. Everything is in the same place. These wood pillars are all out in the ocean the same. Let's have a look. So if we look here at the image, the waves look slightly different. This bit of water is the same, coming up on the shore. But the waves look slightly different. So I wanted to create a nicer looking sea or beach view. And so I said, change the sand to look soft and warm to walk on. The sand in this image looks a little bit maybe damp and not a nice experience to walk on, maybe with seaweed and rocks. But when I asked, make it look soft and warm, it created basically the same sand, same image, but tried to change the color to a little bit warmer, but not attractive in the sense of enjoying a walk on the beach. Actually, any walk on the beach is so fun and beautiful. But you can see the color is just a little bit different. This one and this one. Yeah. So I thought, okay, well, I won't try to do too much there. Instead, I said, add beach umbrellas and beach chairs along the beach. So I thought, can it add items, objects? And it did. It put in the beach umbrellas and some beach chairs looking out to the water. Naturally, I would say that the chairs are too close to the water. The waves would come up very quickly there. And these chairs are bunched together. It looks like maybe almost on top of each other. But in general, it generated the request I was asking. So then I was thinking about the size. So the images are all square. So I wondered, can we change the size of the image? And I asked, change the image to a 4 by 3 aspect ratio. A 4 by 3 ratio is similar to a mobile phone photo, a smartphone photo. But it generated the exact size of the image. So just a square image, nothing changed. So I thought, okay, well, we reached the limit there. We can probably try more and more, but instead I decided to move on to another prompt in the same chat. So I asked, create an image of a park bench on a paved path in a sunny park with clear, defined, this kind of something that you can see clearly, shadows on the ground. The time of day is morning. What I wanted to do with this exercise is see, can it move the shadow from one time of the day to another? And this is the image it generated. It's a very nice picture of the park bench on a nice looking path and park. Very inviting, I think, to sit there. And it's the morning, so the sun is over here and it's shining towards the park bench. The shadows are following the direction of the light. So it's behind the park bench and the tree and those trees in the background, and even these flowers, which is what you would expect. So yeah, good job. So I wanted to change the day to afternoon. So I asked, change the time of day from morning to afternoon. And I asked to change the time. It stayed exactly the same. So it seems with the natural language request, it's unable to move the sun or direction of light. I thought, well, what if we ask it in a different way? Flip the angle of the sun so that the shadows are in the opposite direction. So flip it to the opposite side and see if it can change. And it stayed the same. So the sun is still on the one side of the image and it didn't go to the opposite side. So I thought, well, it seems like that is the limit of that exercise, and I wanted to move on to another one. This time, I wanted to see whether the scene can change from day to night. And so I asked, generate a beautiful daytime street scene in an historic area of Kyoto, Japan, with traditional wooden buildings, paper lanterns, and people walking. So it's quite a detailed image, and this is what it produced. So you can see in the image, it's an interesting street view of an historic area of maybe Kyoto. I'm not sure how exact it is. At first glance, I see the kanji maybe is incorrect around the lanterns. If you're a Japanese speaker, please let me know. The image of the people is a little bit blurry, so the faces are unclear. So it still maybe is unable to generate images that are really crisp AI photos of people. And obviously the writing is unclear. But it's a busy image on a traditional street, potentially in Japan. So next, I wanted to change it to nighttime. So I said, change the scene from daytime to nighttime. And this is what it produced. So basically, the same street. It's the same street. The position of the people are similar, but a little bit different. I can see. If I go back to the image of this one, you can see the people there. There's looking in maybe a little bit different directions, but the lighting looks really nice. So you can see the lighting here looks warm, and it's nighttime. Light is shining on the tree there, the cherry blossom. But I did notice the shadows are all facing one direction. The light is coming from this side, so it's going in that direction. But there is light on this side. There is no shadow going this direction. So it seems like different light sources are not represented from the shadow on the ground. So then I thought, what next? Remove all of the people, I asked. And it did exactly as I requested, and the people are gone. So all the people that were in that photo before have been removed. There is no sign of the people, no shadows. Yeah, it's amazing what it can do. Just a simple request to remove the people. And then what about adding some weather? I said, add light rain falling with reflections on the wet street. So then it generated an image of rain. The rain is falling and the street is wet. There are reflections from the light that is shining on the ground. Very nice. And then I thought, well, on the weather, let's change the rain to snow with a light cover of snow on the ground. And it generated an image with snow, the snow falling and snow on the ground. But what is unusual? I can see footsteps. There are footsteps all down the street, but no people. I thought, oh, okay, well, let's try to change that with no people there. Remove the footsteps, remove the footprints. Footsteps, footprints, the same. Remove the footprints in the snow. And wow, completely removed. It completely removed the footsteps. It's just fresh snow. It doesn't seem like the snowfall looks natural, and the rainfall maybe also didn't look so natural when it was raining there, potentially, but it creates that the atmosphere. So I thought that was the end of that exercise. It showed that this model can edit photos. You can ask for things to be removed, added, changed from the perspective of day to night, from the location of something, and also removing people as well. I'm really enjoying creating this content. If this helps you practice your English listening and you're having fun as well watching along, please consider liking and subscribing. And I hope we can enjoy this journey together and create a fun, engaging community. Moving on to the next exercise, you can see my beautiful drawing. I tried to draw a dog using the Microsoft Paint program on the computer. Obviously, it doesn't look very good at all. But I thought, can this language model, can Nano Banana make my image look better? So I asked, make this sketch look cuter with more style and personality while keeping the same proportions, the same size of the animal and pose. I didn't say what it is. I didn't say it's a dog, but it picked up that it's a dog. It means my drawing was very good, obviously, but very cute. Cute dog. I like it. And what you'll see is the image I uploaded is a 16 by 9 image, a rectangular image, and it followed the same image size. So it didn't just automatically produce the square image. And then I thought, wow, okay, turn this updated sketch into an animated cartoon character named Z with a warm, friendly expression and a clean, colorful cartoon style. And this is what it generated. Floating in the sky, there is Z. And it looks exactly the same as the sketch. Exactly the same as the sketch. You can see the pose is the same. Made it a little bit larger and very cute. So I want to make Z a movie star. So I said, create a movie star profile photo of Z with dramatic lighting and cinematic background. And it created a very almost Pixar-like image of Z in a different pose, like a kind of profile image. Very cute. 3D animation, I would say. My goal with this one is actually to create some movie posters. I wondered what kind of creative styling it can make. So I said, generate a retro sci-fi movie poster starring Z as the hero in his first ever movie titled When Galaxies Collide. Include the tagline, enter another universe in this action blockbuster. Use bold, vintage typography. So vintage is quite old typography is the style of writing and a classic 80s sci-fi poster style. And this is what it generated. Wow. Beautiful image of the galaxies and the planet in the background. The lighting looks interesting. It's quite random in the imagery, but the words exactly are shown. When galaxies collide, enter another universe in this action blockbuster. Exactly as I wrote. It's kept Z the same. It kept Z in the same image as the profile photo. Yeah, it looks exactly the same. But to me, I thought, well, Z's standing on some random planet and in space, it seems. So it should fit the movie scene. I said, update Z's pose, his position, and outfit, his clothes, to relate to the movie. And you can see it generated Z looking much stronger and in a spacesuit, which is what the movie will be about. When galaxies collide. You go, Z. Nice one. So Z is now a movie star. I thought, what about another movie style? I said, create a noir style suspense movie poster starring Z as a detective in a rain-soaked city alley, like a street. Title, The Last Bark. Bark is the sound a dog makes. Use dramatic lighting, bold typography, and a moody black and white palette with selective color accents. So quite detailed prompt. And this is what it generated. So it's a black and white scene with some lighting in relevant parts, the magnifying glass and looking for something. And it said exactly, the last bark. Amazing. Is exactly what I thought and requested. Actually, I noticed the light is hanging here, which is quite funny, a little bit random. What's it hanging from in the middle of the air? But then I thought, a movie poster is not usually 16 by 9. When you go to a cinema, the poster is usually 2 by 3. So I said, update to a movie poster ratio of 2 by 3, and it can't do it. It stays the same. We found that in our first exercise, it couldn't change. So I thought, what if I help it? I gave an image of a 2 by 3 poster template, and I gave the previous poster. I said, adjust the movie poster to the aspect ratio of the attached blank template. And it stayed the same. So obviously the size change is a limitation of this model. I moved on to the next image instead for the poster for the third movie. Create an action comedy movie poster starring Z and a grumpy cat in sunglasses as his partner, in the style of Bad Boys, one of my favorite movies. Use bright, explosive colors and dynamic poses. And it said here, pause and disorder. That's quite funny for this movie. Pause is the hand of the animals, dogs and cats. The image is bright and colorful. And it says here, the only thing more explosive than the action is their partnership. That's quite funny. So the more explosive, it means that the relationship they have is probably full of drama. That's quite funny. I like this poster. Nice one. Alright, let's check out the next exercise. What we found so far is that this image generator, so Gemini 2.5 Flash image model, Nano Banana, it does really well with character consistency, or keeping the consistency of each image without making changes. And so Z has looked exactly the same in all of the different requests that we asked. So in this next one, I uploaded this image, the movie poster profile shot of Z-Dog, which is my gangster name. And Z-Dog, I wanted to see what would he look like if he was a real dog. So I gave a simple prompt. I said, make Z a real dog. And this is what it generated. Very cute. That's Z. Z is still wearing his scarf. That hasn't changed. Amazing. That is a great representation from the cartoon to a real dog. And I thought, okay, now we have to create Z in his portfolio of different shots. And I asked, change the background to a photo studio with studio lighting. And it maybe took my prompt too literally, and it added studio lights in the background. So quite random, I thought. It kept Z's pose the same. So the pose is exactly the same here. It wasn't what I was looking for. So I said, okay, we'll change the pose and studio background. I wondered if the prompt change would change the background properly. But it changed the pose and kept the similar studio lights in the background. You can see more of Z's body in this shot. Cute dog. And then what about a professional photo headshot? I thought maybe that would change the background. And yes, it did. It's a studio shot. It's a studio shot of Z-Dog in a proper studio background. Looking very cool. I wanted to get the headshot though, so a real full headshot. But I thought first, what about lighting? Close up. Put a close up with warm lighting. Very simple prompt. I think the lighting looks the same. Looks the same to me, actually, in these two images. So it didn't do anything for that request. Then I said, what about black and white? And it put the image of Z in a grayscale, a black and white image. Maybe not too much contrast in this particular image. But I wanted to get the headshot. So I said, change the pose or change pose and back to the original colors. It changed the pose this time to sitting. That's a lovely shot of Z. Paws are out. Very, very cute. Very cute photo in a studio background. So you can realize this is just from a cartoon image, a sketch we created. We have created a character from cartoon to real life image. And then I said, update this photo, and I uploaded the original photo. I uploaded this photo and I said, update with this photo and the studio background. And we got the image we were looking for. So we updated the image with a headshot photo in the studio background. So we have a portfolio now for Z to become a real star, potentially. So Z in the headshot, Z sitting on the ground there, and a more upright shot of Z. Very nice. And I think that was it for this exercise. So in this next exercise, I thought about, can we create kind of marketing or products or advertising? And I just wanted to explore what was possible. So I uploaded this blank image background to reference the aspect ratio, and I requested, create a product image for a drink called Z with the slogan, dog water, the choice for thirsty canines. Show the can design clearly on a blank background and the attached image aspect ratio, that ratio here. So I was having some fun with this. Canine means dog, and dog water, although it's water for a dog, it's a double entendre. It means it has two meanings. Something that is dog water is actually really bad, terrible, worthless. So hopefully you don't think this content is worthless. We're just here to have some fun and practice our English along the way. But I thought, what can it create? Some dog water. So we have here, wow, it's perfect. It's an image of a can of Z dog water. And the slogan is perfect. Perfect. The choice for thirsty... I found a mistake. The choice for thirsty canines, it says thristy. Thristy canines. Thristy. Did I misspell? Thirsty. No, I spelt it right. So sometimes it can get the word wrong. Okay, interesting. Good to know. And then I thought about, what about creating an advertisement? So I uploaded the profile image of Z and I said, create an advertisement for the drink Z, showing Z drinking dog water at the beach on a hot day, with the tagline, for when your thirst needs quenching. So to quench something is like to satisfy. So if you have, if you're very thirsty, you can quench your thirst by drinking something. And very funny image here. Z is very thirsty. Oh, he's drinking dog water. He's drinking dog water here. And it's not really an advertisement with this tagline, not very much style, but it says, for when your thirst, correct, needs quenching. The can image has thirsty wrong canines, looks a bit funny. But overall, what an interesting image. This is an advertisement for Z dog water. So funny. I hope you enjoyed this video. As you can see, the new image generation model, Gemini 2.5 Flash Image, aka also known as Nano Banana, was really fun to play with. You can do many different things to images here. You can utilize your own images or create images. Really, the sky is the limit with AI at the moment. Let me know in the comments what you've been able to use with this image generation model. And as I mentioned before, it's free to use on the Google AI Studio. Again, thank you very much for watching today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.